All right, peace, 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 peace. All right, greetings, everyone. This is Professor Griff, and of course, this is the masses right here on Black Power Media Reloaded. Greetings to everyone. Hope everyone is doing all right. All right, on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. Well, it was kind of cold this morning. I don't know where y'all are, but the ATL was kind of cold this morning. But yeah, we got to rock with it. The seasons are changing, and we got to kind of adapt and kind of adjust and make it happen. Birds are out. Sun is coming out every now and then. All right. Just your mindset, your mind frame, your spirit, all that kind of stuff. But it's a beautiful thing. All right. Let me sit up and be very attentive. Looking, at least if nothing else. Hold on. All right. Shout out to everyone that decided to join me this afternoon. All right. This is on the master. Shout out to Kalanji Chabachanga. Really appreciate you, good bro. Shout out to everyone that's been supporting the platform. We're going to do a quick check-in real quick, and we're going to dive into the subject. And the subject today is simply brain rot. Brain rot. Like, we'll talk about that in a minute. The whole idea of social media via cell phones and computers and that kind of thing, just destroying our creativity. So anyway, where are you checking in from? Let me know so I can give you a shout out real quick. Of course, I already know Lisa Shabazz is in the ATL. All right. Super Micah, Jay. All right. Janice Davis. Thank you very much for supporting the platform. Charles Wilson. All right. Where y'all at on IG? Where y'all checking in from? Pat Plates. Okay. Peace. What's good with you, man? Peace. I don't know what Pack Plates is, but yeah, I guess y'all packing plates. Pack Plates coming in from the DMV. All right. That was my stopping ground for a minute, for a brief minute. Got a couple of books done there. Tacoma Park. All right. Sumatra. Peace. All right, Ronnie from California. California is big. I don't know what part of California. From Gloria, right? From Wichita, Kansas. Dear Lights, I guess the Lights. I guess that's from the NYC. All right, Chicago checking in. All right, who else? Peace and Power, Griff, Baltimore in the building. Construction site media is in the building. All right. Ben Frank in the building. All right. The Poconos. Good luck with that weather up there, Rick. Yeah. Rochester, my former stomping ground. All right. Anyway, let's dive into this subject real quick. There's a couple of different angles I want to take on this particular subject. So let's kind of dive in and skip all the, matter of fact, let me put on some music behind this for the thieves that want to steal the, all right. In any event, yeah, let's dive into this. So often, quite often, matter of fact, every week, I tend to I have to do it. I have to scroll through headlines, alternative news outside of the country, social media, not necessarily people's channels, because it's kind of like, don't do that. To see what like the overall digestive, undigestive, or digestives media topic consumption that people are doing, or as far as the overall culture is concerned. What are people digesting, in other words? What are people talking about? And what I'm seeing is, all right, now the bombardment again of Gaza. Of course, the Angie Stone thing. Of course, every single day, the Donald Trump thing. The crime shows, the funny stuff, the animals, the kittens, and the jokes and the pranks and the all that kind of stuff. I got to kind of scroll through and scroll past to find a subject that I think that will help push and move this platform along. And then I got cats like Jay Battle hitting me up right now. Hey, how did it go last night? Okay, Jay. Peace, bro. It went absolutely great. We missed you. Get at me this afternoon. Peace. Griff. Now, you see what happens? I'm in the middle of a show. Jay, who's the drummer in the band, I'm not going to ignore him. So I have to stop what I'm doing, shift my focus, answer Jay, and then come back and finish with it. Try to remember what I was saying to you guys. So I have to try to find a subject that will move and advance the platform. Of course, help elevate and feed you. That is my mission. That's the mission here on Serious Minds. All right. This is why Kalanji named this Arm the Masses. ATM. All right. We have to arm the masses. And that's what we intend to do. But we have to navigate distractions. When I say distractions, I'm not saying that Jay hitting me up is a distraction, because I'm not sure. He don't remember. He was at rehearsal last night. Me and the rest of the band was in the studio. So he don't know I'm doing my show right now, because he probably got in late. You understand what I'm saying? But it is a distraction. I got to be mindful of that. I got to be mindful of the chat. I got to be mindful of subject matter. I got to stay on point and focus. Now, I'm saying all that to say this. Most of y'all will see this this subject matter in this live a little bit later on. So it won't be live and you won't have a chance to respond. You might want to leave something in the comment, as you often do, and I'm going to read some of those comments to y'all right now. But let me dive into the meat of the subject where we talk about the idea of brain rot. All right? Brain rot. Okay. So I said to myself, just me, I like answering the question off the rip. What is brain rot? I said, okay, let me kind of dive into this and get a deeper understanding for myself to find out what angle I want to present this thing. So brain rot, the social media and the death of creativity. Brain rot is a slang term coined by the internet culture, describes the supposed deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state, often attributed to overconsumption of trivial and unchallenging online content. So let's stop for a second and process that. Brain rot is a slang term coined by the internet culture. A, what is internet culture? B, it describes the supposed deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state, often attributed to overconsumption. The overconsumption, you consuming too much, you're fat, you're like pigs in a slop trough, all right? Consuming and trying to digest, having to take some mental and psychological Pepto-Bismol or something to help digest the madness that you're consuming every single day, because it's trivial and it doesn't even challenge you. After spending hours and hours of laughing and scrolling and swiping and all this other kind of stuff, hours later, you done lost so many hours in your day by the mere fact that you spent hours scrolling and swiping, and you actually got absolutely nothing from the content you've just spent hours on consuming. All right? Hours and hours. All right? So there's a lot of content that's there or here on the internet. on your cell phone. So initially what I wanted to do in this show was go through my cell phone and see what it is that I'm consuming. And I want you to do the same exercise with me. A few months ago, matter of fact, the end of last year, I did a whole class entitled The Algorithm Mindfuck. How the algorithm is steering you, all right, in directions where it's rotting your brain. I called it the algorithm mindfuck. You're actually being mind fucked. Excuse my language. Let me use better language. It's rotting your brain. All right. Some people are at home with their children in the room with them, and they don't need to hear that kind of language. I'm very mindful of that. So let me bring it down a bit. That was the name of the lecture. I use this as a teachable moment. All right, because fuck, which is F-U-C-K, is fornication under the consent of king. You already know what that means. I broke that down a million times. But anyway, what is it that we're consuming? All right. So I'm going to read you a few things, and then we're going to dive into what it is that's on Professor Griff's phone to see what it is I'm consuming. At the same time, you're going to look through your phone to see what you're consuming. All right. Anyway, brain rot. In a world overwhelmed by constant notifications, endless scrolls, and unyielding barrage of information, it's no wonder that brain rot was crowned the Oxford Word of the Year in 2024. Now, this is from them smart people at Oxford. Bright is not smart. Smart is not intellectual or intelligent. Intelligent is not genius. Genius is not awake and aware. Awake and aware is not any of those other things. Either you know or you don't know. According to Oxford and Harvard and Stanford and the rest of these schools, standardized scholastic tests, it may deem that you're smart according to what you've consumed as far as white supremacy and them rewriting world history under the guise of white supremacy in order to make them seem like they're the superior race, which, no, stop that. So if you pass those tests, then I guess you are intelligent, or I guess you are smart. Absolutely not. I've met some of the smartest, dumbest in my life that came out of college. And then hopefully they don't end up in church on Sunday dealing with churchianity, and it makes them a smart, dumb, fake, asinine ass, kind of fake religious, non-spiritual individual. And those are the most difficult people to deal with. And I'm going to read you some of their comments in a minute. All right, back to the talk. And you're saying, damn, Griff, you raw. No, I'm not. I'm just real. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it, all right, and try to please you to make you feel good. All right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it to make you feel good. All right. Brain rot is the creeping sense of mental stagnation, a state where our minds feel cluttered, unfocused, and fatigued. All right? Okay, hold on. All right. It says the causes of brain rot: information overload, too much information. Just because you've overloaded yourself with information, that doesn't mean you're intelligent or that you're smart. Yeah, no, or that you're conscious. No, you just have information. All right, my computer has a lot of information. Both of my cell phones have a lot of information. That doesn't make them smart. As a matter of fact, go to dumbphone.com. All right. Not smartphone, dumb phone. All right. And start from there. Just because you consume a lot of information, don't make you smart. Someone kept telling me, and I hope she's watching, that kept telling me, Jay-Z, is actually smart. He has intelligent conversations. But you look at someone's actions, is that smart? Is that wise? All right? No, Joseph Camp, Elon Musk is not that smart. If you watch his actions, perfect example, Mr. Joseph Camp, whoever you are. All right? Elon Musk is not that smart. Bill Gates is not that smart. They're wickedly wise. Wickedly wise. All right? Anyway, so brain rot is the creeping sense of mental stagnation, a state where our minds feel cluttered and unfocused and fatigued. Information overload. Studies show that the average person consumes the equivalent of 34 gigabytes of data daily. A cognitive load of a cognitive load of hold on. Studies show the average person consumes the equivalent of 34 gigabytes, a cognitive load our brains with not designed to handle. And I have fought the vast majority of my life since I could remember to fight against them cramming this, me being one of their numbers. I fought against becoming a stat all my life. So this foreign language called the English language, I have issues with. All right, to this day. Black people, listen to me. The English language is a foreign language. This is not your mother tongue. All right. Okay, this is not your mother tongue. Okay. Now, shallow engagement. Social media platforms thrive on brief attention grabbing content instead of diving deep into ideas. We swipe past details, training our brain to crave quick dopamine hits. Real quick. Let me get it and let me move on. No time to process, little time to respond. All right. Sometimes I catch myself doing that. I got to put the phone down and start actually thinking and have to respond to what I just heard or what I just read. They're like, that was some dumbass shit. That shit didn't make no sense. And then I end up just not even going back to that because it made no sense to me. All right. Okay. We need to do a lot of critical thinking. Anyway, chronic multitasking. Juggling between apps, emails, and tasks creates the illusion of productivity, but often results in fragmented attention and shallow focus. So then when you end up doing all of that and you scroll past a Professor Griff on the masses or serious minds conversations that I'm having, and your idiotic ass decide to leave a dumbass comment, you understand what I'm saying? Which sounds foolish. But now I got to take time out of my day and respond to you, which what you said didn't make any sense. And I'm going to read you some of them comments. Lack of rest. True mental rejuvenation requires deep rest and reflection, but our overstimulated lifestyles leave little room for either. You don't get true mental rejuvenation, nor do you get rest. Because listen, how many times y'all seen people do this? They'll have their phone and they'll start to lean and they just like this, swiping and scrolling. I see it all the time. You go out in these social places where you could go have some tea or some coffee, all right? And then you online and you look around the room, you look up to look around the room, all right? Because you want to, keep your head on swivel. And I'm seeing people all the time in it. Everyone, no one is talking. Everyone's in their phone swiping. I was sitting at the airport and I was noticing that, and I ended up buying a damn $200 pair of damn headphones, which I needed some headphones anyway. Let me see if I can find the headphones. Yeah, they right here. Probably one of the best $200 purchases that I've I'm not doing an advertisement for these headphones. I'm just saying these were so fly. So you put them on this way, and they don't actually go in your ear. They go in front of your ear. So I can actually hear what's going on around me in case that thing go down and I got to respond. So it's not in my ear where I can't hear anything. I see people walking and jogging. I see people in social spaces with headphones on. Bad move. Bad move, because if it go down, you're not going to be awake and aware as to what's happening. All right, where was I at? The effects of brain rot: reduced attention span, poor memory, emotional dysregulation, loss of creativity, constant exhaustion, and a general state of discontent. All right, so I often notice these challenges in certain traditions and rituals and groups that are supposed to be very mindful, that are supposed to be very mindful of these particular things, but they're the victims of these things. In a meditation class, in a yoga class, in a study group, at a lecture. It is almost embarrassing to be at a lecture and to see someone on their phone. You're lecturing, you the keynote speaker, 4 rows back. Someone's on their phone and talking while you're talking. In some cases, on the damn phone. So they came up with a app where it monitors your screen time. And I guess that's supposed to work. I gotta admit, I fell for it. I downloaded it and it let me know my screen time. I downloaded another app that let me know when my bedtime is. Simply because doing music, you can get caught up. So there's an alarm that goes off at 10:55, and it lets me know, all right, figure out what you're doing the next day, put some notes down so you wake up in the morning and you can get your day started, yada, 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 whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. All right? Now, why do I have to have social media, apps, and all that kind of stuff regulate and help Professor Griff control how my day is going to flow, when I'm going to go to bed, when I'm going to wake up, and what I'm going to wake up to, and what's on my mind? Can some of y'all help me with this? These are some of the things that I'm noticing. And it's very critical because I'm noticing it a lot. All right? You're right. The Afroscape is the mind rape. They're raping you. Am I supposed to use the R word on here? ADHD. They got a lot of different names for it. I called it the mind fuck. They got a lot of different names for it. Some people call it dyslexia. Some people call it whatever kind of scientific name you want to call it. Some people call it being dumbed down. Some people call it some other terms. All right. Tobias said he don't even have a smartphone. Well, Tobias, I got to admit and be very transparent. I got a smart TV. And the sad part about it, my TV broke. The joint actually fell. And I had no desire to go buy another one. I kept looking at the space that the TV was in, thinking it's supposed to be there. And I don't miss it. I just don't. I don't miss it. I actually had it in the studio to make the studio a lot more comfortable, but it was actually distracting me simply because when I take a break from doing music, I like to go outside, breathe in some fresh air, put my feet in the grass. You understand what I'm saying? Take a breath, rest my ears because your ears get fatigued. All right. So we're going to do an exercise right now. And I'm going to put the invitation, as I often do, I'm going to put the invitation in the chat in case someone want to come on and build and add on to the subject. All right. Well, let's do the exercise. All right, so this is the exercise, fam. We're going to take your phone, scroll up, swipe over, go to where all the pictures that you saved. That's all. That's mine. All right, and we're just going to go through it and see what's on your phone. See where you spend the majority of your time and what you spend the majority of your time doing, saving, thinking, and yeah, basically stimulating you, I guess. All right. Okay. Dr. Vegan X said emotional, electrical, air, programming. All right. Okay. So you're ready to do the exercise? Snatch your phone. Everyone on IG, y'all can do it with me. Come on. Y'all ready? Let's go. I'm going into my phone. I'm going to start from recent and work my way back. Scam call is. I'm reminding myself to block this scam caller. I saved something else. I'm not going to tell you what page I saved this from, but it says the CIA is controlling and influencing the Black gender wars. I saved that, as y'all could see. Okay. I took pictures last night of me in the studio with the Soul Ohm. I got videotape of the two dynamic artists that I'm working with, Rashida Karana and Rashida Ali. All right. Something happened to one of my safes. All right. So I had to screenshot. I can't show y'all because it has a lot of information about one of my safes in my house with my things in it. I can't show y'all that. All right. I'm gonna skip over some of this stuff, but my man Willie Wild, DJ Willie Wild. I screenshotted my man DJ Willie Wild. I go look him up. I wanted some cameras, some new cameras, so I screenshotted that to save it. Of course, pictures of my granddaughter. I actually got some recordings of my granddaughter because I put her on one of the songs last night. Let me scroll through. Let me see. I saved something. What is it saying? Let me be very transparent with y'all. Oh, hold up. I got it. It's going to my Bluetooth. So let me take off Bluetooth. Y'all doing the exercise with me? Come on. Don't cheat. Cancel that. Play this. Okay.
Without being punished, America's celebration of diversity remains conditional at best. In the United States, Black entertainers, athletes, and celebrities often walk a tightrope. They are rewarded when they align themselves with white-dominated cultural norms and punished when they challenge them. This pattern is not new. It's
That's
been
the
part
gist.
of the entertainment and sports industries for decades. Take Sidney Poitier. In the 1960s, he was celebrated as the first Black actor to win an Oscar. But he was also expected to
that's
be
the kind of stuff that, you know, that's on my phone. What else? This one right here. It says 1492 Indian, 1600 slave, 1832 Negro, the 1900s Negro, 1950 colored, 1965 Black, 1970 Afro-American, 1980 Black, 1988 African-American, 1999 minority, 2000 Black, 2017 African-American. This is the kind of stuff that's on my phone. All right. Peace, peace, peace. Who am I speaking with? What's good, man? Carl Foster. Carl Foster? What's up?
Are you talking to me?
Carl Foster. What's happening? You must have froze, Carl Foster. What's happening? I think Carl Foster must have froze. All right. You must be in a bad spot. Let me continue. All right, hold on. Somebody I got to get back to, so I saved this number, screenshotted it. Never confuse education with intelligence. You can have a master's degree and still be an idiot. This is the kind of stuff I save. I got a package delivered and they showed me a picture. Gotcha. I took a picture of a meal that I was having one day and I sent it to my wife. All right. I got certain products saved. Somebody sent me a couple of products and I saved them. I wanted to support this young lady. She was in town. She does vegan food, so I wanted to support her. Oxtail lasagna with Caesar salad, butter, broccoli, garlic bread for $30. All vegan. So this is the kind of stuff. More products I saved. Screenshot. I saved this one. The mass murder of 60 million white Orthodox Christians and Muslims in the USSR was committed by a 95% jaywalking government. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The Bolsheviks killed 60 million people, and you never once heard about that in your schools. This is the kind of stuff I save. 25 packs for $1. Sounds. That I'm a producer, so I like to look up and find new sounds. United States Congress, 89 members of the Congress have dual citizenship with Israel. Think that's a conflict, or does it interest you, or doesn't it? All right. A recipe for a smoothie. Protein shake, banana, coffee, nut butter, almond milk, protein powder, and ice. That's the kind of stuff that's in my phone. Are y'all working with me? All right. Are you going through your phone? Talk to me. All right. Carl, you still with me? Are you still with me, man?
Yo, still with you.
Talk
I'm in
to
the
me.
car, you know what I'm saying, and I'm just listening to you. I'm in the car and I'm just trying to listen to you. I'm new with this technology thing, but I'm getting the hang of it pretty quickly.
Okay, cool. We got you.
But I just word.
So I'm glad you're tuning in. You said word like you from up north, Jersey, Philly, New York. Where you from? Connecticut?
I'm from, bro, I'm gonna tell you, I lived everywhere. I was born in West Virginia, but I used to live in Brooklyn. I used to live in Pittsburgh. You know, my mom's moved around a lot. But I'm
Okay,
an
so
older
you was born in West Virginia. Where at in West Virginia? That's where my people from.
Charleston, West Virginia.
Okay, I got you. Y'all used up there with the Hicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't laugh. I got you. I've been up there though. I'm saying.
No, yeah. But black people really going through a lot there, man. A lot of them moving out too. They moving out and not.
But right now we're talking about the brain rot. We're talking about what cell phones, social media, and constant swiping does to the brain. All right.
I also subscribe. I subscribe to you, but I also subscribe to this psychologist, woman psychologist. You know, and
What
she
is her
talks a
name?
lot about. What's her name?
What is her name? Yes.
Damn. Let me check. Let me see if I can find it real
So
quick.
let me give you a tip. From now on, before you subscribe to anyone, at least know their name and a little bit about the individual. All right? Because we got to determine, you follow what I'm saying? Before you start lending your brain, your mind, your energy, your resources, and your spirit to anyone, especially Professor Griff's. You understand what I'm saying? Find out what these people's names are, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least that much.
Yeah, you're right though. No, you absolutely right, bro, and I appreciate that. Real.
Because back in the day when we read a book, we had to know the title of the book and the person's name.
Sure.
And a little bit about where you're getting the information from.
I took her for face value, Very beautiful black woman. You know, she reminded me of my woman. I mean, like as far as
Okay, we're
as
gonna
far
give you a minute to
so
go find who this person is, so you can share that with the rest of us. Who is this
okay,
psychologist that you're finding? Get back with us,
all right,
man. All right.
for sure.
All right. Peace. All right. Point proven. Next, they mad because you took a knife. You took that knife out your back and you used to cut ties. I don't know why that resonated with me, but it did, and I saved it. They mad because you took the knife out your back and used it to cut ties. And I'm sure y'all heard me say this before, and I don't brag. I'm not patting myself on the back by saying this. I'm up to 493 people that I have blocked in my phone. That's a whole hell of a lot of people to block. The ones that I don't speak to anymore, that I didn't block, I'm going to see you. Sooner or later, I'm going to see you. And that's not a threat. It's not a subtle threat to anyone, but I'm going to see you face to face. And as I hear people say on the internet, yeah, keep that same energy. Rah, 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 rah. Well, I'm not pounding on my chest when I say that, but I do. And I would like for you to keep that same energy when I see you face to face. And you know who I'm talking about. So, yeah. Yep. I need you to keep that same energy when I talk to you face to face. I'm not going to be hostile. I just want to ask you a few questions. Dr. Tracy Marks is the person Carl Foster was talking about. Tracy Marks. Okay. Lala is more than 400. It's 490 something. For real. I've been blocking people before they cancel when people was canceling people. I was like, nah, you will never have the opportunity to hear my voice again or to get my attention. Not happening. I don't know. I don't know why I saved this, but it was Friday at 4:17 a.m. I'm not lying. You can see the time. You can see the time up there. It was 4:17 a.m. Why Professor Grip was up at 4:17 a.m. I don't know. Well, I do know, but yeah. It says, stick this up your fact checker. Why that got my attention? I don't know, but it says the United States has become a place where entertainers and professional athletes are mistaken for people of importance. I've needed a doctor. I've needed a teacher. I need farmers every single day. I need truck drivers every single day. I have needed auto mechanics, plumbers, house painters, and a lot of other people every day. I do not need pro athletes, media personalities, Hollywood entertainers. I don't need them for jack bone. Absolutely nothing. Why was I reading that at 4:17 in the morning? I don't know, man. Peace. JH. What's
Professor
good?
Griff,
How you feel, good bro?
I'm feeling lovely, man. How about yourself?
Trying to be like you. They told me you hit the lottery. I was trying to track you down.
Hey, man,
Borrow a
I
couple of
just
dollars.
might real soon.
All right, what's good?
So I was just tapping in with what you were saying, man. You know, I had I heard a little something about the TV patent that what it says about emitting electromagnetic pulse
Yes,
and
okay.
waves, and you know, it's a lot that I don't really understand myself, but you know, I'm pretty sure that it affects us somehow, you know, with the way that people are more withdrawn. I'm 27, man, and you know, I know
Oh,
a lot of information is real. Like we don't really interact the way the elders interact and talk. You know, people are just more withdrawn in my generation.
right. These electromagnetic pulse, right?
Right.
They definitely affect us because we have electromagnetic field that surrounds the body. It's
Right.
called your auric field.
Right.
The body is alive. It's electric. This is why if you find somebody that pass out or whatever, and their heart stop working, they have these machines that you can put and jumpstart the heart like you're jumpstarting a car, because the body is alive. All right. So these electromagnetic pulses coming off the cell phone and the computers, we have to be very mindful of. So you're absolutely correct, bro.
You know, it's a real epidemic with the youth and anxiety too, man. You know, I'm not sure if it's from the phones, that because we constantly in it, it's constantly in our hand, and you know, I don't know, man. I like talking to the elders because I get a different perspective. You know, a lot of like the 70s and 80s, my grandparents, they didn't have cell phones all day, and you could leave the house and was nobody hounding you down, calling you, and you know what I'm saying. People got to actually interact. You know,
right. And
I feel like a lot of just don't be real. It's like high and bad type. You know.
Right. So my thing is, you said you don't know if it's the cell phone. Well, it is the cell phone. It's your diet also. It's what you smoking. It's what you drinking.
Right.
It's you not getting sleep. It's all of those things combined. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So it's all of those. So you're absolutely correct. Once again, your thinking is right. It's all of those things. And you're right. Sometimes we need to put the phone down. As a matter of fact, one day I lost my damn phone, and I just said, I'm not even going to try to find it right now. You know what I'm saying? Let me just kind of go for a few hours without it.
Man, it's rough though, man. It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, it is. But I really appreciate you tuning in today, all right?
What do you think about? Let me ask you one more question before I go, man. What do you think about like the people that wear the crystals and the stones? Does that kind of throw off any of that energy or the waves or anything?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because I would be one of those individuals.
I'm looking into it. I never had one, but I want to get me a nice little, you know, quartz.
Yeah. Well, my thing is study the crystals and which one does what. You don't want to just be wearing something just to be wearing it. I'm sitting at my desk right now. I'm sitting at my desk, so I'm kind of like, this is in front of me. You see this crystal?
Yes, sir.
This was specially made for me. This didn't look like this when it was first made for me. It didn't look like this. All right. The reason why it looks so dingy and dark now is because it's absorbing all those electromagnetic pulses and energy coming off my computers, because I sit in front of my computers a lot. You understand what I'm saying? And this was specially made for me. But you have to get one that resonates with you and what you want it to do. There's some I wear around my wrist. There's some I wear around my neck to protect me. Hold on, let me put this one back up. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna get off here, but I want to say this. I'm from Memphis, and I'm 27, like I said, but I've been listening to you since I was about 16, 17 years old. When you was doing the radio. When people call in, and I've been following you for a long time, man. I checked out your music. I know your music was way before my time, but I like a lot of what you did, and but I appreciate you though listening to me, man.
Give thanks, really appreciate you, JH. All right, bro. All right, peace. I like the way that brother said music. Not music, but music. I'm like, okay, I got you. You can always tell where somebody's from, man, when you listen to them long enough. Anyway, all right. Yeah, you're right, Michael Muhammad. Salute to the young God. All right. All right. So did you guys do the exercise? What came up in your phone? It's called Organite Crystal Pyramid. Key Love. Okay, hold on. Key Love said it's called the Organite Crystal Pyramid. I wasn't even trying to get that deep, Key Love, but thank you, Key Love. Really appreciate you. And I see, if I'd have went into it, then I would have went to the shungite and some other crystals I have around me on my desk. Then that would have been a whole long, deep conversation. As a matter of fact, I'm teaching that class later on in April, Key Love. I really appreciate you. Nia Muhammad, Assalamu alaikum, sister. Ramadan Mubarak. All right. Yes, we're gonna talk about yep, we're gonna talk about the shungite. We're gonna talk about the amethyst crystals. We're gonna talk about all those things that we need to have. That's our science that we need to have around us. But that's just one of them I keep on this desk. I have a couple of more upstairs when I sit and bring my laptop upstairs. Of course, I have a laptop desk that I put my lap on because I don't lay my laptop on my lap because I don't want to fry my. Yeah, I'm looking for my other crystal. It's probably over there where I sit sometime. All right, but anyway, so these are some of the things that we have to do, family. All right, we have to start learning how to combat some of these things that they're putting on us, especially coming from your cell phone. Now, sisters, this is no disrespect to the sisters, but I need you to hear me for a second. If you are a size 38, 36, triple D, and you taking your damn cell phone and you sticking your cell phone in your bra, which I see a lot of women doing all the time, that's the most dangerous thing you could ever do. Those of y'all with the Apple Watches, that's the most dangerous thing you could ever wear. That pulse is going into your skin, into your body every day, all day. So I had a friend of mine and I told her, I said, at least get the diodes, the small little round diodes, and put them on the bottom of the Apple Watch. All right? So you can at least protect yourself. Sisters, Muslim sisters, I see you when you put on your hijab and you take the cell phone, you slide it up in your hijab and it's on your face the whole time. Why would you do that? Even with this headset that I bought, I don't leave it on all the time. When I get off the phone, I take it off. All right, even with this old one I have, sometimes I'll keep it around my neck and tuck it in my shirt if I'm on the move, or sometimes I'll just put it in my pocket and stuff it down in my pocket so I don't lose it. But you can't keep these things on your body. Your body is an electromagnetic field. All right? Okay. The other part of this exercise is when notifications come up in your phone, what is it that you answer? For example, there are people in my phone that when their name come up, I answer. Like, my wife is sending me something 6 minutes ago. What is it? I don't know.
Okay, so this is who you are based on where you be in Metro Atlanta. If you be in Alpharetta, you are most likely to tell an out-of-towner that you're from Atlanta, and it pisses us Atlanta natives off. Stop doing that shit. You're from Alpharetta. If you be in Sandy Springs,
I don't know how the hell she pronounced it. It's Alpharetta. I have a hard time even understanding people from Atlanta. I need a damn translator. All right. Okay. Now, this is from my wife 6 minutes ago and 40 minutes ago.
There are 4 types of karmic accounts. One is wealth, second is relationships, third is body, and fourth is mind. If you lose wealth, it's karmic
you can get money back, right?
So much over it.
Right.
Because it's easy to get back.
Yep, you can get money back.
And if you train yourself, you can even live without that.
It's
okay to have less.
Right.
So money is the lowest placed karmic account. Second one is people.
You lose people.
Third one is body karmic account.
Third one is your body.
Fourth one is your mind.
Fourth one is your mind. Thank you very much, wife of mine. So as you could already see, hold on. That was 6 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. She don't know I'm doing this. If she's probably watching, I'm not sure. 11:58. This was yesterday at 2:14.
All right. Man, give your word of advice. Man, you got to watch what you say. When you see it. Because this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know who speaks Spanish. Yo soy cubano, ¿me entiendes? Pero yo soy cubano. Y cuando hablo de la gente negra, estoy hablando de mí también. Okay, but I'm just saying, you used to watch what you say. Okay, I'm letting you know though.
I ain't just saying.
Man, what?
Dark skinned brother at the cashier didn't know, the lady didn't know that he spoke Spanish. And she started calling him all kind of whatever at the talking to Spanish. That's good. That's me and my mate. We send each other a wide range of things. Some funny, some serious, some educational, some deep, some spiritual, some psychological, some whatever. I might pull up something else that I received from business people that I'm in business with. They might send me some other stuff. All right? Yeah. So what do you respond to? What do you have saved in your phone? Right? I have 6,000 images in my phone. What am I saving? Where's my head at? Where's my spirit at? What am I putting in that spiritual bank of mine? That I'm saving it and put it in my spiritual bank because it's affecting me. When I go back and look at it, you follow what I'm saying? All right? Yeah, I think Joseph Kemp is a bot or he's a troll or whatever. But he's saying something real stupid right now. I don't know about you, bro, but I'm going to put you on time now. You saying something real reckless and dumb. Ain't nobody getting rid of their cell phone. No. Your business, your livelihood, your connection to your children, relatives, parents, heart rate, diet, lifestyle, whatever, all that's connected to your phone. So stop playing. We got another bot on here. Why do you not like David Icke? No one said I don't like David Icke. I don't know where you're coming from, but you're another asshole that's about to get blocked. Hold on. Confirm. That's what you got to do to these people. See, now you add these people to the list. All right? You know how many people got fake accounts under fake names with fake pictures? This dude came on and said, why don't I like David Icke? I got David Icke books, DVDs, videos. I got David Icke saved in my both phones, on both of my computers. Who said I don't like David Icke? I don't know where that came from. Those kind of people you just got to block. Someone called me the other day, and I hope he's listening. It said he went back and forth with someone online, and the person did not have many followers and didn't have a profile picture. I said that wasn't a real person, bro. It was a bot. You're arguing with a person that someone that don't even exist. Stop doing that. For the few minutes that we have left, any comments? Yes, Joseph Kemp was banned and their comments were removed. Thank you, Mr. Kemp. Really appreciate you. Darryl Collins, I don't know if you didn't take your medication today, but you might want to. Not having that conversation, bro. Robert Wilson, thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Someone said, how do you just block people and not feel anything? I can't miss somebody that I don't know. I don't know you. John, we got to make it real quick because I'm getting off here on time. How you feel? What's good with you?
What's going on, Griff?
How you feel, man? You good?
Good. I wanted to share something with your audience. I had
okay.
I think I got a lump in my right testicle like 3 years back, and
just why would you want to share that with this audience about your?
No, check this out. I'm getting to it. So I think it was due to the radiation from the phone because I wear those Dickie cell phone pants.
Oh.
So you can get this thing. I don't know if it's still available. That thing right there.
What is it called?
It's called R2 Radiation Too Light. I don't know if it's still in production though.
I'm going to look it up. Hold on for a second. I can tell you real quick. if it's still in production.
But apparently it takes a lot of the EMF out of there.
What is it called again?
It's called R2, radiation to light.
All right.
Well, anyway, the good thing is I healed it without surgery. So, but anything you can do to protect yourself.
It says 5 phone radiation stickers. Don't waste your money. That's from Consumer Guide. Radiation blocker for cell phones. Order it today. Amazon. R2L radiation protector. Make an appointment today to get smarter on your unlimited treatment plan for your health. Blah, 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 blah. That's the first things that comes up. But I have a method. I never really pay attention to the first 5 submissions on Google. Somebody paid for those. Are cell phones dangerous? Turn radiation into harmless light. All right, so they do have some stuff, crystals and some other stuff. And facts about R2L radiation blocker cell phone safety tips. Yeah, so some of them are saying it's good, some of them are saying it's not. I would suggest you buy some other kind of pants and stop carrying your cell phone in your pants.
I just try to limit my screen time from now on and just stay healthy and clean.
Okay.
Thanks
all right,
for having
cool.
me on.
Nah, no problem. I got to get off here because I got to get off here on time. I really appreciate you, John. Take care.
Take care.
All right. Anyway, fam, it's your brother, Professor Griff. And of course, this is On the Masses. All right. On the Masses right here on Black Power Media Reloaded. All right. Thank you all very much for tuning in. And I will see y'all, inshallah, over the weekend. And if not, I'll definitely see you on Monday. All right. Love y'all to life. This is Professor Griff signing out. Peace, fam.